Wild as a buck, sick as a dog, ugly as a mud fence, crooked as a snake, crazy as a loon, hungry as a wolf, busy as a bee, limber as a dish rag, cool as a cucumber. If it rained soup, it would catch me with a fork in my pocket. Some of these are just a few of the expressions and idioms and sayings that are part of the George Boswell collection of folklore here at the University of Mississippi. There were a number of folklorists and collectors that went all around the country during the New Deal as part of the Works Progress Administration, collecting examples of folk songs, folk customs, folklore, folk stories, just all of the things that make a people united in different regions. And all of these come from, when you trace these back, you can see examples of early Irish, Scottish, English settlers in the country, as well as those folk stories and tales from France that made their way here, folk stories from parts of Africa and the Caribbean, and Native American folk tales and culture that have all kind of commingled here in Mississippi to form our very diverse and unique folk culture. And we have several collections here in Archives and Special Collections at the University of Mississippi that focus on Mississippi folklore. One of those is the Arthur Palmer Hudson collection. He actually attended school here at the University of Mississippi, getting an MS and an MA in 1913 and 1920 in English, and then he attended his first sort of folklore and sociology lectures here at the University of Mississippi, and really got interested in learning more about the folk customs, folk ways of Mississippians. And he, along with a number of others, did a lot of research looking at specific regions and documenting folk songs. In particular, he documented a lot of ballads all over Mississippi. The famous ballad Barbara Allen, that's been sung and retold and re-sung in many, many versions in different parts of the world. He recorded, at least 15 examples of this throughout the state. He and some of his students and others would go and they would get people to sing their versions of Barbara Allen, and they would notate these down in sheet music form, and then we could compare notes and go back and look and see how melodies might vary over region and place and time, and how the words might change. It's a lot of some of these folklore studies looking at song traditions. It's kind of like that game of telephone that we've all played in school, where one person whispers into someone's ear and then they tell it to the next person, and by the time it gets around to the end, some of the words have changed. Sometimes they've changed a little bit, sometimes the whole meaning has changed completely. And you can see that through oral traditions like folk music, where things are constantly changing. And we have a lot of examples of those in the Hudson collection here and in some of the other collections in Archives and Special Collections. These will be on display as part of the Mississippi Bicentennial exhibit that we are hosting here in the archive for 2017.